Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is the 13th video of this series and 11th step of an accounting cycle. In this video, I will talk about the step which is prepare the closing trial balance, or simply we can say closing entry. So first, let me tell you the meaning of closing entry. So actually, closing entry is prepared to make the balance zero and transfer the balances of all the temporary accounts into the permanent accounts. Basically, there are four steps to prepare the closing entries. First one is closing the revenue accounts, closing expense accounts, closing the income summary account, and the fourth one is closing the dividend account. So we have to first close the revenue account. Revenue account, closing the revenue account means transferring all the direct and indirect credit income balance in the revenue account to a clearing accounting called income summary. Similarly, closing the expenses account means transferring all the direct and indirect debit balances in the expenses account to a clearing account called income summary. Closing the income summary account means transferring the net income balances of the income summary account to the retained earning account. And net income can be calculated as total revenue minus total expenses. Okay, and the closing dividend account means transferring the debit balance of dividend account to the retained earning account. Now let me show you the process of closing entries. Alright, here you can see these are the first step which is our temporary accounts which we have to close it. Okay, and then we have to transfer all the closing balances into the income summary account and return earning account, and then after post to closing trial balance. Okay, so now let me tell you the reason of closing account. Actually, the accounts are two different group which I've already told you earlier. The first one is permanent account and second one is temporary account. Permanent account means balance sheet account, including assets, liabilities, and most equity accounts. These accounts balance roll over into the next period. So the ending balance of this period will be the beginning balance for the next period. And the temporary accounts, which includes revenues, expenses, and dividend account. These account balance do not roll over into the next period after closing. The closing process reduces revenues, expenses, and dividend accounts balances to zero, so they are ready to receive data for the next accounting period. Okay, so now let's start to close all the temporary accounts, that is these four accounts, one by one. Okay, all right. Here we can see I've already prepared the format of each closing temporary accounts and rest of the accounts which is included in our the closing process. Okay, now let's start to close the accounts one by one. So we have the first one is closing revenues. So it can be closed by posting the journal entry includes net sales and other incomes and gain from the income statement sheet. Okay, so their journal entry will be net sales account debit to income summary account. So click here and write the name net sales, or simply you can say sales. So I'm going to write the name simply sales. Okay, now press the enter key, and here I'm going to write the name income summary. Now press the enter key. Alright, now to get the balance of sales, press the equal to sign, and now let's go back to our income statement sheet, and we can see here the value is showing of the net sales. So I'm going to click here and now press the enter key. All right. Similarly, for income summary, the balance will be same. So I'm going to press the equal to sign and click here to make the cell reference. Okay, now press the enter key. All right. We have successfully closed the revenues account. Okay, now we have to close the expenses account, and it can be closed by posting the journal entry income summary account debit to all the expenses account. So I'm going to write the name income summary, press the enter key, and put the all the expenses account from the income statement. So let's go back to our income statement sheet, and here we can see, and let's find out our expenses accounts. So we can see our expenses account is showing cost of goods sold, operating expenses, and other income expenses and losses, and our tax expenses amount. These four section of the income statement which are representing our expenses account. So let's put the all the expenses account one by one from this statement. Okay, so I'm going to put there. So let's go back to our closing entry, and I'm going to write the name first, purchase. Similarly, I'm done. Now to get the actual purchase amount, we have to make a function here. So I'm going to press the equal to sign, and we have to subtract the closing stock and purchase return from the purchase amount. So I'm going to go back in the income statement sheet, and I'm going to click here minus this one, but here I'm going to press the plus sign rather than minus, because our closing stock is already representing in the negative value. So I'm going to change the sign from minus to plus. Okay, and our purchase amount is showing our net purchase. That means purchase return amount is already subtracted from the total purchase. That's why we need not to calculate again. Now we can see our function is done. Now let's press the enter key. All right, now we can see our total actual purchase amount is this one. Okay, and now to get the value of income summary, press the equal to sign, write the sum function, and click here and drag up. All right, now press the close parenthesis, now press the enter key. All right. Okay, you have also another technique to get the actual total closing expenses amount. You can directly put the value of each expenses section of the income statement to get the actual value of income summary. Okay, but we have to put all the expenses account individually here. Okay, now we can see we have successfully closed the expenses account. Now we have to close the income summary account. So it can be closed by posting the journal entry income summary account dr to return earning account. And here the income summary means our net income summary, and net income summary can be calculated as total income summary balance from the revenue account minus total income summary balance from the expenses account. Okay, so I'm going to write the name income summary. Now press the enter key and write the name retained earnings account. Now press the enter key, and now to get the value of a net income summary, press the equal to sign, and let's scroll up and click here minus, click here, and now press the enter key. All right, similarly click here, and to get the value of the retained earning, press the equal to sign, and now let's click here and now press the enter key. All right. Okay, we have successfully closed the income summary account. Okay, now we have to close the dividend, and it can be closed by posting the journal entry retained earnings account dr to dividends. Okay, and here we do not have the balance of dividend, so we need not to close the this one for this case. So I'm going to directly put the value 0 for both account. Okay, now we can see we have successfully closed all the temporary accounts. Okay, now we have to prepare the income summary account to make the value or balance 0. Okay, so here we have to prepare the income summary accounts, and here we can see the format is already prepared, and this format is the type of account statement format. So here is not necessary to prepare again. Okay, now I'm going to directly put the value based on this account, and this account is our closing account. Okay, now let's put the value of this account based on their nature in the column debit and credit. Okay, so now let's fill up this table based on the nature of this account, and these account our temporary account, temporary closing account. Okay, so before I start to put the value in these two column, okay, I want to tell you that, do you have the remember of the accounting rules and regulation? I think yes. So according to the nominal account, the rules and regulation of the nominal account says that all the income and gains are credited, whereas all the expenses and losses are debited. Okay, so according to that rule, and the balances of income summary under of the all the temporary accounts, let's put it. Okay, so we have the first one is close the revenue. That means this one is our income, and this income is showing here, and under the closing revenues we can see the income summary amount is showing credit side of closing revenues. So I'm going to click here and now press the equal to sign, and I'm going to use the cell reference, so that I'm going to click here and now press the enter key. All right. Okay, similarly this is our expenses, and according to that rule it will be shown debit side of income summary account. But before I start to put the value here, I'm going to see the value of income summary under the closing expenses section. Okay, so according to this section we can see the income summary balances is showing debit side down. Okay, so I'm going to click here, because the accounting rules and regulation and the income summary showing sections should be matched. Okay, so I think in this case both rules and regulation is matched. So I'm going to click here and now press the equal to sign, and now I'm going to use the cell reference, so I'm going to click here and now press the enter key. All right, similarly for income summary, actually this is our net profit or net income, and net income is showing debit side of income summary account. And now let's see the closing income summary section. You can see the income summary section is also showing the debit side, so I'm going to use the value this one. So click here, now press the equal to sign and scroll down and click here and now press the enter key. All right. Okay, now for balance column let's make the formula. So press the equal to sign, and balance column can be calculated as total credit minus total debit. That means total revenue or income minus total expenses. So I'm going to click here minus this one. Now press the enter key. For this cell, press the equal to sign and now click here. That means total income minus total expenditure plus total income. Now press the enter key. Now click here and now scroll down. Alright, you can see I'm going to use the border here. Alright, I'm going to change the format from dash to decimal places. So I'm going to use the number. Alright, now you can see the value of income summary account is showing 0. That means our closing temporary accounts is absolutely right. Okay, now we have to prepare the retained earning account. Okay, which and their format is already prepared here. According to this format, now let's put the value. Okay, so beginning to retained earning means our credit balance, and we do not have the beginning retained earning balances, so I'm going to directly use the value 0. Now press the enter key, and to get the value of closing income summary or close income summary, we have to directly use the cell reference. So press the equal to sign here and scroll down, and I'm going to use this one, and now press the enter key. You can ask me why I have used the value credit side of retained earning account, because retained earning account can be prepared or can be calculated by beginning to retained earning plus net profit minus dividend. And you can see here the income summary, which is our net income, and net income which is our profit. So I have put the value credit side of return earning. Okay, and we can see the close dividend amount we don't have, so I'm going to use the value 0. Now press the enter key, and I have here put the value 0 here because this is our expenses section and this is our income section, so I have put the value here. Okay, and now to get the value of balances, let's make the function same as before, that is this one. Okay, so I'm going to press the equal to sign, and to get the balance, click here minus, click here. Now press the enter key. Similarly, press the equal to sign, and click here minus this one plus this one. Now press the enter key. Now click here and drag down. Alright, now click here and I'm going to use the border. Alright, we can see our closing return earning amount is this one. Okay, alright, now we can see we have successfully prepared the return earning account. We have successfully made all the temporary accounts 0 and transfer all the temporary account balances into the retained earning account, that is here. Okay, now we have the last one is closing trial balance, and it can be prepared by copying all the balance sheet item either from the worksheet or balance sheet. And once you copied all the balance sheet item from the worksheet or balance sheet, you have to write here the name return earning. Okay, so let's start to copy it. So I'm going to use the worksheet, and my worksheet is in sheet 25, so I'm going to click here. All right, and here the section of this shaded area which I am using here, which is our balance sheet. So according to this value, let's find out their account name and copy from here to our closing entry section. So I'm going to pause this video for a while and show you our complete trial balance. Okay, all right, I'm done, and now let's write the name retained earnings, and press the tab, and I'm going to put the value credit side of trial balance, because retained earning our liabilities, and liabilities and capital are always showing credit side of balance sheet, so I'm going to use here. So press the equal to sign, I am going to click here. to make the cell reference and now press the enter key. Alright, now you can see our total column representing equal based on debit and credit. You can see that means our trial balance is absolutely right. This trial balance uh, showing our only permanence account. Okay, and this trial balance will move in the next year. Okay, so guys, this is very easy to prepare the closing trial balance and closing entry. Okay, now I want to tell you something about the accounting series. We have successfully completed our accounting cycle series. I hope now you are completely learned many things about the accounting cycle. If you do more practice on accounting cycle, you will definitely become a good accountant. So guys, all the very best. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe my channel. And thanks for support me. Thanks for motivate me. And I would like to ask you, if you have any query, please ask me the query in the comment box below. And please visit my blog site too for more theoretical information related to the accounting and finance. Okay, so that's all for now. We will meet you in the next video tutorial very soon. Thank you once again. Bye bye.